Student, in your chemical kinetics chapter, theory portion is less than the numerical portions. Before solving the sums, just we revise the theoretical portion. Okay. Chemical kinetics. It is the branch of physical chemistry which deals with the study of the rate of chemical reaction and the mechanism by which the reaction occurs. Okay. And rate of reaction, it may be defined as the change in concentration of the reactant or product in unit time. The change in concentration of a reactant or product in unit time. This is called rate equation, and it may be expressed as minus del R by del T or del P by del T. Okay, and the negative sign in the rate expression indicates the decrease in the concentration of the reactant and gives a positive value of the rate. Its unit mole per liter per second. Okay, instantaneous rate equation. It is the rate of reaction at a particular moment of time and measured as a very small concentration change over a very small interval of time. Okay. Student, there are so many factors that affect the rate of a chemical reaction. So, rate of a chemical reaction is influenced by the factors such as nature of the reactants, concentration of the reactants, temperature, presence of catalyst, surface area of the reactant, and radiations. So, nature of the reactant, that is, it has been observed that ionic substances react more rapidly than the substances with covalent bond. This is because ions are immediately available in aqueous solution on dissociation. Okay, and hence react rapidly, but covalent molecules consume part of the energy in breaking the bonds. Rate of a reaction is directly proportional to the concentration of the reactants, and rate of a reaction increases with the increase in temperature. In presence of a catalyst, the rate of reaction generally increases and the equilibrium state is attained quickly in reversible reactions. Okay, and the smaller the particle size, greater the surface area and faster is the reaction. Radiations, there are many reactions which either do not take place at all or are quite slow in the dark but take place at a considerable speed when exposed to sunlight or ultraviolet radiations. Such reactions are called photochemical reactions. For example, the photosynthesis of carbohydrates, photography. Okay. Now, rate law. It is an experimentally determined expression which relates the rate of reaction with concentration of reactants. Okay, and rate constant may be defined as the rate of reaction when the concentration of each reactant in the reaction is unity. Okay, order of the reaction, it may be defined as the sum of the powers of the concentration of the reactants in the rate law expression. Okay. So, order of the reaction, it may be defined as the sum of the powers of concentration of the reactants in the rate law expression. Okay, and units of rate constant, concentration by time into 1 by concentration to the power n, that is concentration to the power 1 minus n into time inverse. Okay student, zero order reaction, example of some zero order reactions: some enzyme catalyzed reactions and reactions which occur on metal surfaces, okay, and decomposition of gaseous ammonia on a hot platinum surface. These are the zero order reactions. Example of first order reactions: all radioactive disintegrations are of the first order, and decomposition of sulfuryl chloride, this is also first order reaction. So what are the characteristics of first order reactions? All first order reactions obey the kinetic equation of the first order reaction, okay, and unit of K is time inverse. Therefore, change in unit of concentration doesn't alter the value of K, okay, and T half proportional to 1 by K, which implies that the time taken for completion of any fraction of the reactant into product is independent of the initial concentration. Okay. Elementary reactions, student, a reaction which takes place in one step is called an elementary reaction, and when a sequence of elementary reactions gives the products, the reaction is called complex reaction. Okay. Now molecularity. Molecularity of a reaction: the number of reacting species, it may be molecules, atoms or ions, taking part in an elementary reaction which must collide simultaneously in order to bring about a chemical reaction. Okay, and reactions are classified as unimolecular, bimolecular, trimolecular. Okay, and for molecularity it is 1, 2 and 3 respectively. Okay. Intermediates: the species which are produced in one step and consumed in other or another are called the intermediates. The species which are produced in one step and consumed in another are called intermediates. Okay. And mechanism of reaction: a series of elementary reactions proposed to account for the overall reaction is called mechanism of reaction. The series of elementary reactions, okay, and proposed to account for the overall reaction is called mechanism of reaction. The overall rate of the reaction is controlled by the slowest step in the reaction, okay, and it is also called rate determining step. Okay student, so slowest step in the intermediate reactions is called the rate determining step. Okay. Pseudo first order reaction: a reaction which is not truly of first order but under certain conditions becomes reaction of the first order is called pseudo first order reaction. Okay. For example, the inversion of cane sugar is a biomolecular reaction, but it is a first order reaction as concentration of water is quite large and doesn't change appreciably. Okay. Now zero order reactions. In such reactions, the rate remains constant through the course of reaction. That is, the rate doesn't change with the change in concentration of the reactant. Okay. So zero order reactions generally occur in a heterogeneous system. Okay, and wherein the reactant is absorbed on the surface of a solid catalyst, here it is converted into product. the fraction of the surface of the catalyst covered by the reactant is proportional to its concentration at low values, and the rate of reaction is of the first order. Okay, and however, after a certain concentration limit of the reactant, the surface of the catalyst is fully covered. As the concentration of the reactant further increases, no change in it takes place. Thus, rate becomes independent of concentration and the order of reaction becomes 0. Okay. Now, half-life of a reaction. It is the time in which the concentration of the reactant is reduced to half of its original value. Okay. And first order reaction. In this class of reactions, the rate of reaction is directly proportional to the first power of the concentration of reacting substance. In this class of reactions, the rate of reaction is directly proportional to the first power of the concentration of reacting substance. Okay. Now, determination of order of reaction. Student, there are many methods available for the determining of order of reactions. That is graphical method, initial rate method, integrated rate law method. Okay. Graphical method. The method is applicable to those reactions wherein only one reactant is involved. Okay. An initial rate method. This method is used to determine the order of reaction in such cases where more than one reactant is involved. Okay. And it involves determination of order of the reaction with respect to each reactant separately. For this, order of a particular reactant is determined. A series of experiments are carried out in which the concentration of that particular reactant is changed, whereas the concentration of the other reactant are kept constant. Okay, and each experiment the rate is determined from the plot of concentration versus time. Okay, and similarly concentration of another reactant is varied, keeping the concentration of the rest of the reactant constant. An initial rate is determined. The data obtained are then compared to see how the initial rate depends on the initial concentration of each reactant. Thus, on the basis of the result of the from the rate law determined. Okay, an integrated rate law method. There are integrated rate law equations which are very convenient to understand the variation in concentration with time for different order of the reactions. After studying the concentrations at various intervals of time, the data are put in all the integrated rate law equations one by one. Okay, and the expression which gives a concentration constant value of the rate constant decides the order of the reactions. Okay, now student, how the reaction depends on temperature, that is temperature dependence of a rate of a reaction. Temperature coefficient, it is determined as the ratio of the rate constant of the reaction at two temperature differing by 10 degree. Okay, so temperature coefficient equal to rate constant at T plus 10 degree by rate constant at time T. Okay, and collision frequency, it is determined as the total number of collisions per unit volume per unit time. Okay, and effective collisions which lead to the formation of product molecules are called the effective collisions. Clear? So rate of reaction equal to F into Z, where Z is the collision frequency and F is the fraction of collisions which are effective. Okay, and threshold frequency, threshold energy, the minimum energy that the reacting molecules must possess in order to undergo effective collisions to form the product is called threshold frequency. An activated complex, the arrangement of atoms corresponding the energy maximum, that is threshold energy, during the course of a reaction is called the activated complex or transition state. Okay, and the activated complex has a partial reactant character and the partial product character. Okay, now characteristics of an activated complex. The first is the potential energy of the activated complex is maximum, and the activated complex has a transient existence and breaks up at a definite rate to form a products. Okay, so activation energy. Now we discuss about activation energy. Activation energy, the energy required to form activated complex is called activation energy, and it is the difference between the threshold frequency and the average energy possessed by the reacting molecules. Okay, so activation energy, which is denoted by EA, equal to threshold energy minus average energy possessed by the reacting molecules. Okay, so now we discuss Arrhenius equation. Arrhenius equation, it relates the constant, rate constant with temperature, that is K equals to A into e to the power minus EA by RT, where A is the constant called the frequency factor and EA is the energy of activation. Okay, now effect of temperature on rate of reaction. Increasing the temperature of reaction mixture increases the fraction of molecules and which collide with the energies greater than the EA. It is clear from the graph that alongside we discussed earlier that the every 10 degree rise in temperature, the area will be increases and molecules having energy equal to or greater than the activation energy, which gets almost double, leading to almost double of the rate of reaction. Okay, now catalyst. A catalyst is a substance which alters the rate of reaction without itself undergoing any chemical change at the end of the reaction. Okay, for example, catalyst MnO2, manganese dioxide, increases the rate of decomposition of potassium chloride to a great extent. So according to intermediate complex theory, a catalyst participates in a chemical reaction by forming temporary bonds with the reactants, resulting in an intermediate complex. This has a transitory existence and decomposes to yield products and catalyst. Okay, it is believed that the catalyst provides an alternate pathway by reducing the activation energy between reactants and products. Okay, so what are the characteristics of catalyst? Catalyst can only catalyze the spontaneous reaction but not the non-spontaneous reaction. It doesn't change the equilibrium constant but only helps in attaining the equilibrium faster. it can catalyze both forward and backward reactions to the same extent to maintain the equilibrium state in case of reversible reaction. It doesn't alter the free energy change of a reaction. A small amount of catalyst can catalyze a large amount of reactions. Okay, now we discuss about collision theory of chemical reactions. Student, only effective collisions bring about a chemical reaction. The collisions in which molecules collide with sufficient kinetic energy, which is called threshold energy, and the proper orientation so as to facilitate breaking of bonds between reacting species and the formation of the new bonds to form products are called the effective collisions. In collision theory, activation energy and the proper orientation of the molecules together determine the criteria of an effective collision and hence the rate of chemical reaction, that is rate equal to P into ZAB into e to the power EA minus EA by RT, where ZAB is the collision frequency of reactant A and B, where P is the probability factor or the steric factor, and e to the power minus A by RT fraction of molecules with energies equal to greater than EA. Okay students, so briefly we explain the theory portion of this chapter. Next, in your next class we solve the sums. Okay.